Hey friends, welcome back to my cross stitch Flosstube, where I talk about the hobby that I love. And the last time I came to you was February 25th of 2025, and today is April 19th, 2025. It has been a full coverage past 2 months for me, and I'm going to talk to you today about my works in progress. And I never really have plans because I kind of stitch what I want when I want. And for the last about 2 months, I've been stitching on full coverages, about 10 of them. I was able to work on um, two new starts and then two that are not full coverage. I will start with my stitch along drinks on the beach. And I have all my projects over here, so if you see me looking down, doing the stitch along, the Heaven and Earth Designs stitch along. And this one is by Lars Stewart. And I will try to put a picture up right now of what it will look like when it's finished. They're releasing it in 4 parts throughout the whole year. And I was able to finish the first part, and now I'm working on the second part. But here is what I've completed so far. So that is the first part, and then I started the second part here. I am doing this on 32 count. I really like 32 count that I started 2 more projects that you'll see. This one has been fun. I was able to stitch mostly block stitching where you see the sky. But once you start getting into like the straws and the drinks and the umbrella, it was pretty rough because there are a lot of ninja stitches and a lot of confetti. And I had to figure out how to start and end it because what I was doing was starting one thread. Oh, I'm using one thread of CXC, and I find that it gives it much coverage that I can do half stitches or 10 stitches on it. So I've been enjoying that. I really like working with one stitch. I mean, not one stitch, one thread. And um, yeah, so I had to figure out where to start and finish. Sorry, I'm gonna have to cut that out. I decided to do rainbow, not rainbow, royal rose, uh, like my own kind of way, where I would start at the thread from one end of the column, and then I'll work the first 10 by 10 block and the second 10 by 10 block beneath it. And then I will end it just by weaving the end piece in the back. But that's been going good. So I've been able to park and either end the thread or start the thread easier than I did in this first part. But I've been liking 32 count so much that I have been thinking about restarting some of my 25 counts on 32. And I know that's how I'm feeling now, but I know I probably won't do that. But for sure, like these new pieces that I'm starting are definitely going to be on 32 count. I do have to use magnification for it because my eyes are getting bad. So that is my HAED stitch along. It's a whole bunch of drinks while on the beach. which I love going to the beach. I was able to write down like what I started with, the number of stitches and the percentage, and how many stitches I completed since the last time I showed you this piece. So I started it with 82. I'm looking down because my notes are down here, but 82,997. No, sorry, 8,297. That was at 33.54%. But because they only give you a fourth of it, that was the 33 percentage of that. Now I was able to complete about 19,000 stitches. So now it says I'm at 56 percent, but I have completed for this project about 27,000 stitches. That's Drinks on the Beach. The next one I worked on was, oh, I'm about to lose it. All my stitching stuff is like in this cabinet down here, so, and on the floor kind of right now, was a Happy Village. And this is a HAED, and I'll show you what the full picture will look like, probably here. And this is what I have done so far. This is on 25 count, and I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. And when you last saw it, I was around 9,000 stitches, and now I ended it with 11,324 stitches, which puts me at about 3.37%. So I did about 2,254 stitches, and I'm gonna tell you the count of how many stitches I've done since February, and to now, April, because I wrote it all down on my book. This has been fun. I have been using DMC, and I put it in this type of organizer here. Let me put this down. And I've been pulling, because originally I was going to do it half stitches with 2 threads. So I made the thread long enough to do that, but then I changed my mind after, or before I started this, that I was going to do full cross. So I only need about half of it. So I kind of pull half of the string out and cut it. And then the leftover threads, I've kind of weaved it into the edge so I can use it again. So I did have a similar setup with all my CXC threads, and I just remembered, if you remember from my last video, I had the whole CXC thread in a basket. Well, I didn't like that setup. It was getting tangly in the back and getting knotted up. So what I decided to do is, let me see, I have to show you. I decided to put them all back onto floss rings. So it was in this basket, if you remember. And initially I had these all by color, like the DMC color chart, but it was kind of hard to find the color I needed. So I put it in numerical order. So I have like all of these on this ring is 900, and it goes to about the 3,000. And I put them back on the ring. And then I decided that for me, the only products that I'll use my CXC would be on 32 counts. So I don't need to have it all at at this length thread, because I would use this long length of thread to have 2 strands to do half half stitches. So instead, I'm going to reserve these CXC threads for my 32 count projects, and I'm going through and cutting them like half the size. So I have about I have the whole set. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 things with threads. I have them on here, and I'm not pulling the threads directly from here. So after I did this, I wanted to have uh, a better system organization. So what I did was I put all the threads on this that I would use for that project. So this one is for Drinks on the Beach. And what I did is I had these labels that I bought from Amazon a while back, which is the same ones that I used for the floss drops that you saw. And I punched 2 holes, and that way I can have like the whole like sorry, the whole thread list or requirements on here for that project. So I'm liking this. I can put like if I don't use all the thread, I can put it back on here and use it later where I need it, especially since like Drinks on the Beach has a lot of confetti and ninja stitching. I did that for that. I'm going to keep the system for my DMC with the Happy Village on that also. And what's the next one? Okay. I almost forgot to mention that. That took a couple of days, but I seem to always be going on like an organizational mission, it seems like. Because even before that, before I put them on the floss drops, I took my DMC like floss cards, cut them in half, and then I put them all on these. But it was getting hard to like flip through because I had like a ring here, and I would have to flip through these like a book, and all the string will get tangled in. But anyway, I didn't like that, so then I ended up putting it on floss drops, and I like that so much that I did that for my new start too. So after that one, I worked on Happy Village and Drinks on the Beach, kind of like back and forth for the first like 2 weeks, or during the end of February. And I liked it so much that I had a huge piece of 32 count, which I used that for my Drinks on the Beach, that I had started the fairy tale, was it the fairy tale bookshelf by Aimee Stewart? And you can see a part of it here. And let me see, is it this way? Yes. And I had done this on 32 count around 2000, I want to say 2015. And of course my eyes were better there, but I did it with DMC, and I think I did it with one thread. It looks like I did it a full X, and it just became really thick and hard to work on. So I'm really liking this 32 count. So this one that I started because I just took a piece and I found a chart that I had on my hard drive, and it's called, what is this one called? Oh no, I didn't write it down. Oh no, I did. Retro Desert. And I will have a photo up for you here of what it'll look like when it's done. And of course it's on 32 count, and I did just a few colors, but it's still half cross with one thread with CXC. I'm not as motivated to work on this one because I found another chart. I might as well just go into that one that I've been working on diligently for the last probably, when did I start? I started the Retro Desert that I just showed you March 11th. And this one I started April 11th. Oh, that's funny. I started the other one March 11th, and this one that I'm about to show you I started in April 11th. And this one is called Blossom Park by Andy Russel, and it's a HAED chart, and I will show you here what it will look like. And this is how much I have done. So that is part of the tree. I think they're cherry blossoms. And I'm doing this by, well, first I started kind of like drinks on the beach. And then I noticed that the ninja stitches and the confetti stitches it was killing me. So I used the Royal Rose. I think I started the Royal Rose down here. And I decided to come up here because then I would get to the sky. And the sky is basically all one color, and that'd be really fast to stitch. So I started this on April 11th, and I am now at 2%, and I'm at 58 or 5,841 stitches. And the whole project has close to 300,000 stitches, sorry. And because it's on 32 count, it's only going to be about 20 to 15 inches in size. So I like that. Hear my dog barking. So that has been fun, and I've been working on this like almost every day since then. And nothing, well, I probably squeezed in like one more project from then, but it's nice. And I also put that one on. Sorry about that. My dogs started losing their mind. They had to go outside. So, what I was saying, I was talking about how I like the system so much that I put the whole list of threads on here. And I've been using this, and it's been nice because once I'm done with a thread, I will just pull from my huge floss rings that I have and pull that color that I need. So this is nice because I can take it with me if I want to like stitch in the living room and not take that big old basket or my master DMC anywhere. I also made this grime cover. Looked up a YouTube video so I can keep my fabric clean. I think it was kind of loose, but it's fine. I made some other ones too, but I need it to make up for, I think this is 11 by 11. I need to make a couple more for my other ones because I find that I tend to get it dirty somehow. Yeah, I will probably continue working on this. It's been fun. Even though I can't use my regular eyes, but I'm finding that I can't use my regular eyes for much these days. So even on like 25 count, I will use my I forgot what they call these. These are some serious magnification glasses, is what I call them. Okay, so that was my new start. You saw both my new starts. And the next one that I've been working a lot on is, where did it go? Is God Shed His Grace by Abraham Hunter. And this is a Artecy chart. And I started with about 4,500 stitches. No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. I started at 21%, at 42,000 stitches. Now I'm at 28%, or close to 29%, and I did about 15,586 stitches. So this is where I'm at now. And I don't know if I'm able to get like what you've seen before, but if I do, or if you remember, I had a lot of, or I'm looking at the camera, so my orientation is different. I had a lot of thread, part thread around here because I was doing diagonals. And then I wanted to try the diagonal here to see if I liked that, but I noticed that I like starting from the top and going down this way. Because I even tried starting in this corner before and going from the top down the other way, and I didn't like it. So what I decided to do was to fill in all my part thread, and then I started to finish my diagonal, so I got down to these colors here. You see like top of a different colored tree, I think. And then what I noticed is that these diagonals were becoming just too long. So what I decided to do was still keep to diagonal because I'm doing this on 25 count, half cross stitches with 2 threads on DMC. I decided to go like kind of like royal rows. You could see like here, but diagonally. So I'm stitching in like the 10 by 10 columns diagonally, and I'll part usually the next diagonal. And so what I did is I decided to do that all the way to the first. So I did one 10 by 10, and then I did a second one, and now this one is the third royal row, and then over here is the fourth. So sometimes if I get tired of doing like this section here, I'll go to a different one, and I might even start another one down here. So I think it's pretty good. I think I'm gonna try to knock out the clouds as quickly as I can, but it doesn't seem as long as going diagonally, like, and it just gets longer and longer, right? As the picture gets bigger. But that's how much I got done. So I would say I probably worked on this. Well, let's see. I did about 19,000 stitches, Drinks on the Beach. I did about 2,000 stitches on Happy Village. This one I did about 15 and a half, so 15,500 stitches. And yeah, so this was my second most worked on. I guess if you put all the total numbers together. That one has been fun. I like the new way I'm doing it, and I think I'll probably stick to that because I don't like the longer diagonal rows. So the next ones I'm about to show you, I've only put in maybe not that many stitches. Just trying to work in my head. It's like I need to try to touch like all my pieces, but it's kind of hard because I didn't really want to touch any other projects but full coverages, as you'll see. So this one is the Chocolate Shop by Aimee Stewart. I really like her projects or her works. I had decided to convert this from half cross stitch with 2 threads to a full cross stitch with 1 thread. I really like the 1 thread. So I about put just only 644 stitches in this one. I think I mainly I think I worked some park threads because I kind of go back and forth with liking park threads and not liking them. So I'll work them in and then I'll like probably start parking again. But I might have filled in some stitches here yeah, I don't know. I can't seem to figure out what I want to do with this piece or where I want to go with it. Because I'll pick it up and I'm like, oh, I can do like extreme cross country, and then I'll change my mind. So maybe I'll try to do like the dye rainbow. I mean, sorry, royal rose. I don't know why I want to keep calling it rainbow. Rainbow rose. So that's the chocolate shop. And another Aimee Stewart one is the butterfly garden. And I just worked I worked about another like 600 or so stitches on that one. And I think the same thing. I had park threads, and then I just filled it in with what was there. And this one I started with just doing full cross with one thread on 25 count. Let's see. My next one that I did a little bit on, still full coverage. And going into my mini ones, this is called Mini Heavens. Oh, and I forgot the name, but I'll have the information down below. This is Mini Heavens, and I'm doing this on 25 count also, and I did only about 111 stitches on this. I think I just trying to work like on columns down. Oh, look, I have some part thread here too. So I got 100 stitches. Put these down here. And then, okay, so my last full coverage, no. And then I decided to work on the stitching shelf. Is it this? No, the stitching shelf by Aimee Stewart. And I've also converted this from half stitches to full cross with single strand. All the black that I've done, like you can see, if you've been here before, if you haven't, I have completed like all the black, so extreme cross stitching in this piece, and this is um, it's super size max colors, um, and I decided to put this one on a ring also. So I've been busy doing punch and hole in these and getting the threads for this project too. So I think the max colors have about 200 and something colors, about 236 colors. So all that's on here. And this is from my master set of DMC that I have on these wooden rings here. That way I can put, like, since it's max colors, you're only going to probably get maybe one or two crosses on a certain area, and then you have thread left over. So instead of me like carrying it to the next place, which sometimes it might not be because it's a ninja stitch, I'll end the thread and then I'll put it back where it can go. That way I can use it again. But I think I like this method, and for this piece I put in, trying to work filling some of the holes here, all the confetti and ninja stitches. I put in about, where is it? Sorry, about 212 stitches. I think because when I wanted to start working on this, and I was tired of like grabbing for my master set and figuring out where the like extra thread will go, I decided to do this project instead. So that took me a bit to do instead of putting stitches in here. But now that I have that, and I can work on this more. And this is the one that kind of made me want to think like, should I switch it to 32 count? It'll be a little bit smaller. And then like recently I was thinking maybe I should do some full coverages on the 40 count. but I don't even think those magnifying glasses I showed you would work for that. So I don't know. Um, so that is my max color super size. And my last full coverage that I worked on since you last saw me was my mini Contessa with Squid. So I worked mostly down here around her neck. I wanted to get to her necklace. I don't know if you could see. It's kind of blown out. I started in the center, and this is on 25 count, 1/1 thread. And for a mini, I don't think that looks bad. And I don't have to use my glasses, my special magnifying glasses for these. But I also can't use these because I'm always lifting these to read now. I'm getting older. Um, so for this one, I started at 7.89% and now I'm at 9.25% and I put about 1,000 stitches in it. So since I got to this part, I think I'm going to start working maybe around her hair and her dress has like a little necklace part, or her costume is kind of like fanning out from her neck. All right, and close to the end here. It's gonna be a short one. So then after thinking about the 40 counts, I was like, oh, I remember I had some 40 count projects, and being that it's spring now, it's getting pretty hot here in Arizona. I wanted to pull out the summer Quaker. So this is my summer Quaker from Lila Rose, and I only worked probably a day on it, but I only worked this crab. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's the only thing I worked on was the crab, and then I'm starting another motif, a small motif here. And then I remembered why I kind of put this one away is because I guess in the original charting, the little green little motifs here, they're not like all exactly the same count. And I think I didn't catch it, but I remember someone telling me, I think it was Mega Stitches, she told me about it. And I realized that I made that mistake. And so now I have to figure out how I can fix it to make sure that everything is going to fit correctly in here. But this is 40 count, and this is called Be Stitch Me fabric, called Ledger. And I'm working one thread or DMC. And it should only be like half of it, but it's, I think, 18 by 27 or fat quarter. So that'd be nice when it's done. And the next piece I worked on, and I just keep that in one of the Amazon ones. My full coverage ones are just usually stacked up inside my drawer, or my cabinet. Let's see. The next one I worked on, or the last one, was the Little House Needleworks, the bookshelf. This is a piece from my friend that's retiring soon. Matter of fact, she is retiring after this school year, so I need to really get onto this, but I'm gonna get it framed for her and surprise her with it. But I worked on the tree, and I think I finished maybe working on some of the flowers here. And yeah, I think I was trying to do the one thread, one like for each of my projects, but then like the new starts was calling for me, and my other full coverages were calling for me, not coming for me, that I just didn't want to. So that's it for my works in progress for the past 2 months, let's say, and all my like organizational projects that I put on myself, which is kind of funny because I rather stitch than do that, but it makes my stitching more enjoyable and easier. So as for a haul, I think I did purchase my new start, the Blossom Park by Andy Russell. I purchased that from the Stitchery Express. Um, it seems like I've noticed lately that people are saying 1, 2, 3 stitch. It doesn't have the 32 counts. I know, the 25 counts, and I checked recently and I saw that too. So um, I don't know. Maybe it is good for me to stick to 32 count for now if I wanted to start new projects. But I also picked up from them the Stitchery Express online. You can find them online. I don't know if they have on like a local store, but I'm sure they probably do. Um, I picked up some colonial needles in all the sizes that they offered, and I'm really enjoying them. Normally, my favorite needle I found, and I use this magnet and I put it on my desk, so I just grab it if I need to put it down, um, is the bowhen needles. Yeah. Um, because I really have like oily skin, so I find that I tarnish a lot of my needles, but I don't like getting rid of them either. But the bowhen lasts a long time for me, and I only put one out because I wanted to test to see how long it was if they do tarnish. And then over here, I have another, I'm trying out the colonial ones, and they're like the short size ones. So, like, this is, let me see if I can put it for y'all. This is the shorter ones, the colonial needles. And so far, they haven't tarnished and stuff, so that's nice. And they're tinier, shorter to use, so if you need to maximize that thread, you can do that. Um, but as far as that goes, I have no finishes, and that's pretty normal for me because all my projects are huge. And I am, let's see, I'm going to be going traveling to see my daughter that's pregnant with my grandson at the end of this month, and I will be going there to help her and help out whatever she needs and spend time with her and the baby. And he's not born yet, but hopefully uh, he'll hold out by the time I get there. I'm hoping, or when I do get there, that he'll be born. But we're not rushing it. He's going to be born when he wants to be born, right? So I'm trying to think of what projects that I should take with me, and I think I'm probably going to just take drinks on the beach so I can get that done because I want to get it finished by the end of the year to get um, those charts that they give out when you finish like a certain number of pages. But I feel like I want to finish like each quarter before the next quarter is released. So I think I can do that if I only take that one. So I think the next time you see me, I'll probably only have that one to show you. But yeah, if you have any questions about any of my whips, I'll try to add the information at the information bar below for you. Um, yeah, leave me a comment, and if you liked what you saw, please leave me a like. Just hit a like button. Um, yeah, I hope you have a nice time stitching. I think I might try to come back before I go with a stitch with me. I have been really enjoying just watching Stitch with Me, and there's one new stitcher. Her name is I think Stitching with Yogi, and she's from the UK, and I've been love watching her videos as I stitch too. If you can go check her out, that'd be great. She just started, so she only has a couple of subscribers. And yeah, I like her voice and listening to her talk as she stitch. Okay. Well, I hope you have a great week, great month next time I see you. And thank you for spending your time with me. Bye.